Right, what's the script?
So fucking first memory, innit? First memory music.
Things like Billy Connolly. Do you remember having a tape? When I had stand-up, Mum and Dad had a tape when I had stand-ups, and the bit that I always looked forward to the most was when he was playing the guitar. He was doing the songs, because the songs were like so funny. They were so funny. There was some of the stand-up didn't really get. I was about primary 7. The songs were just hilarious, man. And then things like Matt McGinn, Skinny Malinky Longlegs. Like my mum, my gran would sing like daft wee Glasgow songs. Frankie and Josie. Do you had Frankie and Josie? Mate, amazing. Because they would come out, it was a tape that my gran had, and it was a yellow and red suit, I think they had. And they were at the King's Theatre, and they were so good. And so they did the song, the Glasgow Underground, and I just loved it, mate. So I've always loved that comedian, like kind of storytelling. And then things like, you get a bit older, I started listening, like my Mum and Dad were a huge influence. Like Talking Heads was massive. Lou Reed. Never getting into the Beatles or the Stones till I was older. Paul Weller. My mum played Paul Weller a lot. Who else? Talking Heads was big. Queen. Used to, I was singing Killer Queen, and I Want to Break Free in the car. That's when I'm driving to Shettleston in the M8. That's always, I always get a memory of that. Driving east in the M8, singing I Want to Break Free in the car with my mum when I was like a kid. I was at primary school. Loved it, mate. So Queen. My mum's like huge musical influence. More than my dad. I think my dad used to like kid on the record collection was his, but my mum always had like a cooler record collection. No, like my mum would tell stories about the Apollo. She used to go to Apollo all the time, and then my gran would tell stories about the Barrowlands and was it 78, the F&F. So all these old dance halls, and it's always like music would be the thing that was like, there was always a story in front of that. So my grandmother would go to the Barrowlands for a dance, there was music, you'd go there for music. And then my mum would tell stories, but my dad was a roadie at Apollo. And so my dad would tell you stories, they met like at a party or something, or they met at a gig, there's music. There's always seems to be like music involved. And then they were saying, one of the earliest stories where they talked about my mum was pregnant with me, she said we went to Bob Dylan, and I was kicking like at the Bob, so I always said that's my first concert was Bob Dylan. Again, it's this theme of music just constantly being in my life and surrounded to Glasgow. I mean, think of the bands that have came for here as well. I think it's insane. The influence of one city. Obviously you things like Liverpool and Manchester Oasis and like that sort of different eras, but something that just constantly runs through. You think like Matt McGinn, all the different folk artists you got right through, mate, modern time, it's incredible. And the venues that they've got, King Tut's, Barrowlands, you know, it's like famous, it's a famous place for music. It always has been. You hear bands throughout the world, throughout generations have said the place that they've loved playing is the most is Glasgow. It's not some special reason apart from the people, the crowd. It's like the people are tied to it, you know? It's unique. It's not one thing, it's not like the venues are particularly maybe better, it's that they've got the people.
That's that, right?
Yeah, so, no, Glasgow was like, it felt important if I was going to do something with songwriting and try and write songs, it was do something with that name, trying to pay homage to a city that I felt was kind of raising me, like musically.
Like what? So when it comes to writing,
Aye.
what is it that makes you that pulls you out of writing?
Well, what's funny is like, see when like the first 100 songs, the shite ones, there was like something that was up. There was a barrier to like tapping into something. Not like creatively, it was like a precursor to actually being creative. It's like having the tools to do a job. you know what I mean? It's like trying to write with a blunt pencil. Like the fact you try to write about something you don't know about. When you don't experience like real emotion or life getting thrown at you when you're a wee guy. The stuff you write about is like it's like a dream, innit? It's almost like a fallacy. You write about stuff that isn't real, which is fine. It can work. Do you know what I mean? It can work, but it's not. It's not what I want to do. And it's not one of the main reasons for like pursuing this is vulnerability and being open and honest with myself, because I hadn't been for so long, and it was like detrimental. And what I found now is being vulnerable, being open and honest with emotions, with stuff I've been through, lessons I've learned from them, mistakes, things I've done well. It's like it gives you a tool, like an arsenal, to be able to then go and create this stuff, because you've got all this emotional, not baggage, but like stuff that you've been through that you're carrying. You're carrying this big back, but it's like if you're going through life with a backpack, your backpack's full. So when it comes to write a song, you just unzip and you go, right, okay, what have we got today? So I think that's where this creative flood has came. And the idea of like the album about being vulnerable. I wanted to create something that was like really honest, so that I'm really proud of what I've achieved with it. Because at the end of the day, it's about like breaking a cycle of like what it is to be a man, or be like, what it is to be a man, innit? And especially when you talk about Glasgow, it's a hard city, innit? It's always one that's been like, it's a rough place. And you think about my granddad and like the type of man that he was compared to like me, or even what my son will be. In terms of like emotional intelligence or vulnerability, that guy was like a statue. Do you know what I mean? The idea of like him opening up, like sort of like going to like grief counselling or therapy or stuff that I've done, and like to like, try and like get through stuff, they go, fuck, they would maybe have a drink, they would maybe, you know, you push it down, and then it almost feels like you're watering it down. But like my dad, because he's trying to break that cycle, and then and there's lots of things that you want to break, and then there's a lot of things you want to keep. And so the album is about being a dad, being a son as well, and then trying to break sort of emotional cycles, systemic cycles that are negative or bad. But it was emotional, and it was a lot of fun.